So there's been a lot of cyber attacks, allegedly, aka glitches going on. Most recently, the Bank of America glitch where everybody's bank account across the nation hit $0. People was in a panic. They hit that red button, you feel me? And before that, we had Verizon across the globe. Their coverage was out because I was in New York, and when I got off the plane, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Turn the phone on, turn it off, reset the settings. By the time I get home, I look on Twitter like, oh, Verizon is out. So I'm like, damn, that's kind of odd. Then we had a few nuclear plants blow up. We had a few churches set on fire. So it looked like it been complete carnage and complete chaos. They said it was a few missiles launched, some on accident, some on purpose, allegedly. So to me, it looked like they at home testing the system. Like, okay, let's see. Okay, bank account cleared. Okay, yeah, that still work. Phone system shut down. Okay, that still work. Anytime we want to shut down y'all livelihood, internet, power, anything, that was like a test to me. And to see how are they going to react when all this shit go down.
I look at it differently. I look at it as hackers. I look at it as people being able to hack the system. But I think the problem is that when it comes to like protection for cyber warfare in America, I think we're more interested in searching and watching our own people than protecting our borders when it comes to cybersecurity. Since the Patriot Act, when, that was really something to say, okay, we can put up more cameras. We have now the ability to look into everything that you're doing pretty much. And we have this because of the Patriot Act. So I feel like we're more enamored with spying on our own people than protecting our borders again with cybersecurity. So when you have the CrowdStrike update supposedly, or you got the NPD background check that leaked a lot of different social security numbers, it makes you wonder, how can we not stop that, but we have the ability to go and then again track maybe certain people, of interest without a warrant or any type of, judicial thing to be able to say, okay, this is okay. So again, when things like this are happening, instead of us actually protecting that from happening, we use our powers to then wreak havoc on the American people.
I think the hacker shit is bullshit at this point. They use the hacker shit for every fucking thing that goes on. And it's like, it's a ploy in a sense because for them to be the government and have the greatest type of security, all this eye in the sky, all this fucking gadget shit that they create, that they fucking control, they allow supposedly hackers to do everything. I wouldn't be surprised if they got their own fucking set of hackers and making you think something. So when something really do happen, they could blame it on the hackers and act like they don't know how to regroup and get it under control. A lot of people, this is why you should even probably keep all your shit in
one bank account. Don't ever have just one.
Not even just that in general, because you probably need more than one bank account in different places. Because a lot of these places, once they shut your liquid assets down and all that shit, it's over with for you. Your car's declining, ain't nothing working. What the fuck you gonna do? All they gonna do is tell you the system down. We can't help you until something come up. Yo, they ain't finna help you with no bills. They ain't finna help you with shit else. This is why, whatever they say, the Asians and all them people don't believe in fucking banks, because they're more prepared on these type of moments in these days, because they can shut your shit down and you stuck.
A bank is essentially gambling your money, though. No.
How ironic is it that it's Cyber Security Awareness Month and all this shit's going haywire? How ironic is that? The FBI released a tweet, says over 30 years ago, the Morris worm unleashed chaos on the internet, infecting thousands of computers. This Cyber Security Awareness Month, discover how this early cyber attack led to sweeping changes and how the FBI helps defend against digital threats. So as Cybersecurity Awareness Month hits, cybersecurity goes out the window and all the systems glitch and start going crazy. I find that ironic, and I don't believe in coincidence. Ruckus, what you feel about it?
I mean, you said you was going to fire me, so I got to agree with you on this one. I agree with you on that. I feel like this is all just conditioning. Let's see what they're going to do. Let's see how they respond to this. I used to watch this show when I was young called The Outer Limits. And there was one episode where, like, these people, they had got, like, taken to, like, another planet. They didn't even know they was on another planet. They lifted their whole neighborhood up and just took it to another planet. And basically, these people just observed them and watched how they reacted, whether they turned on each other, just observing their behavior so that they would know when they went to try to, like, take over the whole planet, how people will react. And it was just like, if you can just get them to not trust each other, you got them.
The Truman Show.
If you can get them to, like, if you can get them to turn on each other and start blaming each other and become suspicious of each other, you got them. And if you look at America, they got us. The Democrat Republican Party, They got people, I would say more so on the Democrat side, obviously, but they got those people really thinking their neighbor is like worse than Hitler. Like, you're a Hitler, you're a bigot, you're this. Like, I was telling one person, like, it was a black person, I was like, bro, why do you walk around acting like the Klan is rolling around like slaves?
Yeah, but
Like,
yeah.
that's how people act.
But I would say the Republicans are just as indoctrinated, right? You hear the whole leftist, blue-haired, liberal thing a lot from Republicans as well.
No, we live in California, so we do see that. Crazy people who look in a certain way. What I'm saying is, you never hear a Republican calling his neighbor Hitler. You'll never hear a Republican like, this person's an existential threat to our country. Republicans, conservatives don't talk like that. We understand that.
I think they do. That's what they're doing with Kamala right now.
There's nothing a Republican has said about Kamala other than she's just incompetent. She's really not qualified.
So who do you think is responsible for the cyber attacks? The Republicans or the Dems? Because I'm trying to see where this tying in
I
at.
think it's the people that they work for.
Okay.
I think it's the corporations, BlackRock.
Yeah.
Those dudes are above. They're telling them what to do. And if they say it's like the C-19, right? Who's responsible for that? It ain't a Democrat or a Republican. It's the guy that the Democrat or Republican works for.
Mm-hmm.
And those people are really pulling strings. And these are just the people that they're put there. These are the front men. But what I say is like, we all have our core values and the things we understand. And it's just like the military. If you're in doubt, fall back on your training. We have more in common than we have different. At the end of the day, every American from all walks of life. There's things we all love laying on a beach under the sun on a nice hot day, right? When you start getting into the minutia and the nuance of things and letting that becomes the biggest screen that you see, that's when we have a problem. And I think there's nothing that the American people or people in the world can't overcome. And we just always remember, they can only get us if they can convince us to separate and start turning on each other.
Because I'm looking at what happened, and I'm seeing how crazy people went just from their bank account hitting zero. I'm like, what happens when the apocalypse hit? Like, y'all are not really ready for anything. Like, I got to stop saying like as well. What training is the average American doing to defend himself, to survive off the land without this internet, without, you know what I'm saying, having power at the house? What type of real life training does the average person have? If the grocery store runs out of food today, honestly, how are you gonna eat?
You guys talk about me because I'm fat, but if we got into a food scarcity situation,
you gonna live the longest.
First of all, you're not gonna out survive. You know what's gonna happen?
Without food than you.
That's a lie.
No, look,
Yeah,
we're not gonna have to go
you-
without food. We're gonna put our heads together. We're gonna say he the odd man out. We're gonna bang bang and we're gonna eat your ass. That's enough food for about a month straight. Fuck you mean? We're gonna put fuck is you talking? Nah, ain't no civilized.
It's an apocalypse, nigga. Yeah,
And when shit hit the fan, it ain't no civilized. What was that episode of The Walking Dead where they ate the black nigga?
When it comes to it, you know somebody got to go. But at the end of the day,
Can we eat the dog first?
at the end of the day,
Nah, we love the dog. We definitely ain't doing that. The dog gonna keep you alive because the dog got the senses. The dog got the senses.
the dog gonna take it.
The 6'6", yeah.
Exactly. You follow the dog.
That dog gonna be looking at the cabinet, waiting for the kibbles.
Shit. That dog performed when it's time.
That dog gonna have a cat, anything you need, bring it back to the house.
All I'm saying is, people, y'all gotta really wake y'all game up.
The Haitians and the Asians got the cabinet.
Hey, whoa, allegedly, we don't condone that. We don't condone that. I'm gonna say this though, y'all really gotta wake y'all game up because we have a lot of full-blown adults really walking around helpless. You think you big, bad, tough. Just think about if shit was to shut down. A lot of y'all are helpless. You know how they say like the average man overestimates his fighting skills by like 67% or something until he gets in a real fight and gets punched in the face and realizes he don't know shit? That's what it's kind of like with the survival. Everybody thinks they finna be out here like Rambo or like Tarzan surviving off the lamb. No, you're going to be spinning in a circle going, oh my God, come help me.
Yeah.
When these grocery stores is empty.
Well, It's
right,
because
that's
of,
what I'm getting at.
It's because of the ability to obtain knowledge now, or so we think. So people have so much knowledge at their fingertips and technology that they think they could survive because of TikTok videos and YouTube and this and that. But it's completely different from reality. And then on top of that, the skills that we have now are not the skills that kids were getting back then. They had agriculture in school, home economics, auto shop, wood shop, all these different things that they've to a certain degree taken out and just replaced it with technology, cell phones, and attention span eating things, really, that it just ultimately is going to kill the youth. And
kids nowadays struggle with basic functional
Yeah.
assignments. Like, man, you can tell a kid, hey, stick this key in the door and turn it. They'll be there for a while. Just because everything is so, like, at the touch of a screen button, right? It's like Star Trek, kind of. You lose that basic motor skills. You go tell a kid, you go to the high school and look at the PE class, the most unathletic generation ever.
it's crazy, yeah.
They can't even do basic footwork.
They don't even want to go to PE.
Climb the tree. Yeah, they like, just fail me. I just fail me.
We used to slap box in the
Yeah,
locker
the
room.
just fail me generation is wild. PE was the one thing you knew you can get an A in.
Yeah,
Just
we
show
go
up.
crazy there.
We had like 3 females that didn't want to suit up for PE.
That always was that for sure, yeah.
Even they will walk around the track.
They would,
No,
yeah.
I'm just saying that was the most. Everybody else was out there doing what they needed to do.
But you know what does make your human instinct kick back in? A natural disaster.